we got some fancy chocolate.
Ooh.
Was it Dubai chocolate?
No, that's not fancy.
This isn't Reddit.
But
Come on.
I do buy chocolate.
No, it's just sugar, the Dubai chocolate. It's
I don't know what it is. I don't know why people are freaking out about it. I just know that
don't know
it's
either.
meme.
It's expensive.
I think it's just words to say alongside Labubu Matcha Latte.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
my
very
sleeper
sugary.
soldier.
I did have some in Paris because I didn't know it was a thing yet. And then my Parisian friend was like, this is the thing that's ruining everything. Why are you having that? And I was like, oh, well, I already bought it. But it was very sweet. Anyway, we got a fancy chocolate bar. It didn't taste like the things that it said it was going to be, which were brown butter and sea salt. And so I was like, this guy should just go back to his original job. And my partner was like, what's that? And then I showed her the name of the chocolatier. Can you see that? See that?
Dick and Taylor.
Yeah. Dick Taylor.
Taylor. Love it.
I want a little bow on it. Let it out in the front.
File not found. This is episode 404 of the Insert Credit Society.
Oh,
A
nice.
council of the greatest minds in our generation to intentionally mispronounce the names of video games, as punctuated by a horrible buzzer.
Buzz.
I'm Alex Jaffe, and the game I most regret losing is my friend Yoni's copy of Zone of the Enders, The Fist of Mars on the Game Boy Advance. I know it's gotta be somewhere in my parents' living room, but I haven't found it in like 20 years.
Wow. I'm Frank Savaldi, stalling for time. Don't know that I've lost a video game.
Ever?
What about here's something. You've lost out on auctions for
That's true.
prototypes and the like. I bet there's one in there.
I'll
that's
count
good.
it.
It's hard to say I regret the one that I lost because it just was way too expensive. But yeah, there was a situation a few years ago where there were two unreleased NES games by two different sellers at the same time. It's not a thing that happens. That shouldn't happen. They're supposed to be like once every year or so. And I had to make the decision that I couldn't privately fundraise for two. And I kind of took it to Twitter and I raised like way too much money to get the two. And it should have been great. But it also attracted the attention of sort of like crypto investor types who are like, this is getting attention. This must be worth money. So there is a game called Battlefields of Napoleon. It's just a translation of a Famicom game, Napoleon Senki. So it's not the end of the world, but the English translation of that is, as far as I know, still just kind of being held on to a crypto guy who spent over $20,000.
That's too much for Napoleon Senki.
Yeah. And he wanted to get the Video Game History Foundation to valuate his prototype for a tax write-off. And I explained that's literally illegal. I actually can't do that. And he didn't accept that answer and then stopped replying to me. So that game's just with that person now. But I don't know how to regret that. I didn't do anything wrong.
You did lose it, though.
I'm Ash Parrish. A game that I regret losing. I think I'm in Frank's boat where I don't necessarily regret it, but I wish I still had my original DS copies of the Ace Attorney trilogy. I don't have those anymore. I wish I had that. Other than that, like all of the physical games that I want, I have. So I have all of my Final Fantasies that I want. I have all of the other games that I want. I have them. So I'm not really missing out.
How far back does your Final Fantasy collection go?
7.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, because we didn't have a Nintendo. We had a PlayStation, so that's where it starts.
I'm Brandon Sheffield. I most regret leaving my bag at a press junket behind a curtain where I thought it would be fine because it was only press people in there, or supposed to be. And then it got stolen and I lost my DS and a whole bunch of DS games that I had been wanting to trade, and also because we were going to like trade in the office and just lend things to each other. And I also had a couple games that someone in the office had lent me already, and they all got stolen. And so I regret that I don't actually have all those games back because some of them got expensive. Too bad.
What are you missing?
Metroid Prime Pinball, several Pokemons. No, it's like nothing earth-shattering. It's just annoying.
expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive and annoying, and also like I don't want to spend the money on those games at this point. Like, will I really play them now? I just wish that I had them still in case I wanted to play them.
To hoard them, yeah.
Brandon, I'm going to tell you something. You will die before you play Metroid Prime Pinball.
That's not true.
Even if you have it.
That's not true.
Okay, why?
This goes back to your collector
there's
philosophy.
Just too many games. You're not going to play Metroid Prime Pinball.
I really like the fantasy pinball games, actually.
I like that one in particular. In fact, I beat it.
I beat it too.
I
You're
didn't
not gonna play
know
it.
that Metroid had a pinball. I didn't know he could turn into a ball like that.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's how Metroid crawl.
we talking about Sam now? Sam?
Yeah, we're
Metroid?
talking about Samu.
Yeah.
Sam Anus, a.k.a. Metroid.
Yeah. Well, we've got a lot to talk about today, so I'm going to shepherd us into our first topic. How do we feel about Gamescom? Is Bubsy back?
That Bubsy was a very interesting announcement. I don't know if y'all saw it.
I barely saw it. Like I am dimly aware that Bubsy 4D is a 3D game.
Ash, what are your feelings on Bubsy?
Yeah, please, Ash, go first.
I don't know if we have your specific experience with Bubsy logged on this show.
Yeah, what's your take? It made
Who
you
is
cry,
she?
so
Like
that's good.
I'm happy for her. I'm glad that she's finally, had the opportunity to come out and, explain her message to the world. Good for her.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
What could possibly
that is
go
the
wrong?
length and breadth of what I know about Bubsy.
So I saw the announcement, and it was interesting because people seemed generally positive, which is good for them. I was surprised watching it because there were no enemies in it, except maybe a couple at the very end. So it was a lot of like wandering around an environment, which could be cool, but I couldn't tell if that was the emphasis or if it was like all really early or what was going on. They had a lot of specific animation with it to go with it. Some what could possibly go wrong jokes and such. And that was all. They put a lot of effort into that. And it looks like it might have good movement. But the lack of enemies, I was very question mark myself, I would say.
Is Bubsy, like, does he kill a lot of things in his original games?
It's a basic platformer, really, ultimately at its core, Bubsy. It's a thing where you jump on enemy heads, and if you hit them slightly wrong, you die. And there wasn't much of that in this trailer, so I thought that was curious.
So I didn't watch the trailer, but I played it about 2 months ago.
Oh,
Well, there you go.
look at you.
I guess it's probably okay to talk about that. I said this on Blue Sky already, but I kind of like it, and that pisses me off.
That's cool.
Yeah, I would be happier with this if it was bad.
Yeah, well,
Why?
I think this character is awful.
Yeah, the character deserves to die, but
No one ever liked it. I was there for the first one, right? Like the thing was hyped in magazines. We were all tricked into thinking this was like a thing, and it really was just very, very good PR. That got like this idiot on magazine covers, and the game came out, and it got like 8 out of 10 from all the magazines, but they couldn't really explain why. It was just like all the reviews are just like a bullet point of what this game is, and then they just kind of shrug and
I
say
guess
8.
this is what games are now.
And kind of that was it, right? And then there were these sequels that were just terrible, like even worse than the first one. But like it's not like so bad it's good or whatever. They're just nothing games with a just nothing character, and like there's kind of been a joke for a few years now of like ironically liking this character, but like we're like very post irony at this point. Like it should just die. So that's why I was really mad that I played this, and I'm like, I don't know, this is kind of fun.
Well, what I will say to that is that the developer is Fabraz, and they are pretty good generally. They're based, I guess they're international, but they're based not in America primarily, I believe. And they did Demon Turf and Demon Tides, both of which, Demon Tides is not out, but Demon Turf is nice. And Demon Tides has really good looking movement. It's a 3D platformer with a lot of cool stuff. And so I think they'll be able to translate that over to Bubzo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If something stinks, you need Fabraz.
Yeah.
So I'll
That's
say
right.
that the movement is really fun to me. And it's fun because there's almost too many options.
Mhm.
But I think they kind of lean into there being too many. So, it's like you can do your stupid glide, you can double jump in the air, you can like do the sort of like Yoshi like struggling and get that extra inch thing, and you can turn into a ball for no reason. Like I love that you can just turn into a ball and there's no reason for it.
Well,
like Sonic.
They sort of explain it in the trailer, but yeah.
Okay.
Why am I a hairball?
Is there an explanation in the trailer?
That's pretty much it.
Oh, okay. And it just creates this effect where like you're as you're platforming, you can get really fast and stuff, but like if you're about to not make it to a thing, you just start panicking and doing things, and Bubsy on screen looks like he's panicking and doing things, and like that's actually kind of fun to me. Is that you can kind of intuitively just be like, I don't know, and just mash on things and usually kind of make it.
They're also really good at animation, which helps with sell that.
Extremely good at animation.
And it sounds like it's the kind of thing where, similar to, apologies to them for comparing, but similar to Blonde Wonderworld, where I get excited when I see something and I'm like, can I get over there? And then maybe you can. I
believe that you can in this game.
Yeah.
So. Something that really struck me about this game is that the key box art is like a highly detailed close-up of Bubsy's foot in a way where they clearly knew what they were doing.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah.
Silly. I
like that he's got a tie where the exclamation point is. I think that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
okay. Right?
As far as other Gamescom stuff.
Yeah, as far as other Gamescom stuff.
Oh,
let's
sure.
talk
We
about
transition. Okay.
Well, that was what the original question was. But Jeffy added Bubsy. Although I probably had more to say about Bubsy. Just the one thing that I noticed was the big shows, like the Keighley one and the Future Games one. They didn't have enough German stuff, in my opinion. Because like Gamescom should all be about farming simulators and simulators of farming simulators.
The truck one, the big rigs.
Yeah,
I noticed that.
Just like there wasn't enough. It should all be like learning to micromanage your daily schedule. Like that's what that's what Gamescom's supposed to be about. The true spirit of Gamescom, I think, was slightly lost in the updates on games we knew were coming out. Sort of.
Brandon here grousing about the war on Gamescom. Can't even wish anyone a happy E3 anymore.
E3 Easter.
Yeah.
E3. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, but it is funny that I guess to me the biggest news directly out of Gamescom was Bubsy.
Yeah.
Just for this podcast's purposes.
I know.
Like.
It's like there's nothing German about Bubsy, but that feels German to me.
Sure.
Is that the biggest announcement is Bubsy?
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest announcement was that Silksong has a release date.
Yes.
But that wasn't, they were like, we're not doing this in Gamescom per se. So that's why. Are we talking about Silksong now?
A really big
drop
your dick on the table moment. Like, fuck you. We're not going to give you, we're not going to pay to play, Keighley.
Well, speaking of them saying that to people, Team Cherry, if you did this to me because I said that I didn't like the movement in Hollow Knight, I apologize. Because they announced Silksong is coming out the day after Demon School.
Oh, fuck.
You got a day?
Yeah, you got a
day. We have a day. It's at first I was like, maybe it won't be so bad, and then I looked at their announced trailer and it got 2 million views in 4 hours. I'm like, Lord. So Team Cherry, if you're listening and you want to do a launch bundle, just hit me up, Brandon at necrosoftgames.com. Let's turn it around for me.
Yeah.
Because it really is like you spend a lot of time planning your release date, trying to figure out how to avoid things. And the thing that everybody was like, okay, but as long as we don't come out when Silksong comes out, we'll probably be fine. For us, it would probably be even worse to be next to Final Fantasy Tactics. That would be worse. And that's later in the month. But
I was going to say, like, Silksong and Demon School don't overlap in terms of like...
No, they don't. But what you worry about is a few things. One is the discourse. The discourse is all going to be Silksong, probably.
Right.
Another thing is, say there's someone who's interested in what's the big indie game right now. If Silksong wasn't there, it might have been Demon School. And so you lose the discourse, and you lose the people who might have bought it because they read about it or because someone was talking about it. Those people are going to go in the Silksong direction because they're gonna see that game a lot more than they're going to see Demon School. So it's an interesting time for us. Tell you what, hope we don't die.
Don't worry, the original wasn't universally beloved.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
only mostly beloved.
It only sold 15 million copies. What could possibly go wrong?
Anything else from Gamescom except apart from Bubsy and a release date?
We really got to stop letting Keighley do things.
Yeah.
Wait, is Keighley
man's a
a
menace.
Gamescom thing too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he does
God.
his opening night live thing, which is like, his European adventure game, the Game Awards European adventure shit. And I don't know, like all of this year has been kind of a dud. And it was really interesting because we had the opening night live presentation the same day we had Masahiro Sakurai talk for 45 minutes about his pink blob son. And that was far more riveting. Like just him explaining, like, we added an extra button, unfortunately, was way more riveting than all of the back-to-back wall-to-wall trailers of opening night live, which is not to dump on the people who, showcase their stuff at opening night live. Like, I understand that that's how you eat, but God, I don't know what the solution is, because the point is to get us in front of as many eyeballs as possible. And we, as a journalist, still have to cover it because that's what everybody is talking about. And it's free SEO for, whoever wants it. So I understand it, but I wish we didn't have to, because God, it is so boring sometimes. Like, it's just not fun.
I think the issue is that everyone who is cool enough to do this stuff is too busy actually making video games.
Cool enough to do what stuff?
Like, organize these, like, video game events.
Yeah.
And, like, host and be, like, a presentable face for video games.
I don't think most game devs are good hosts. No offense to us.
That's fair.
And I actually do think Keighley is a decent host.
All right.
As far as just, like, presenting stuff and hyping things.
Yeah, he's a good hype man.
Yeah. I do agree, though, that the tenor of those things tends to be kind of the same note, and that is challenging for me. At the same time, it's popular, so what do we know?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have for Gamescom. Our next question comes from last week's guest, Victoria Tran, who asks, what's the best video game purchase you made for under $20?
Oh my God. Well, this I've told this story on the show before, but it's Magic Knight Rayearth on the Saturn.
That's right.
Yeah. I'll just briefly say it again, which is just that game was already going for $250 at the time that I purchased it, which was several years ago now. And it was just sitting on the bare, like, shelf, like, not behind glass or anything. And I brought in a game store in Los Angeles, and I brought it up to the counter, and I was like, how much is this? and
just
I
real low key as possible.
Yeah.
Try not
I forget
to
if it was
trigger
15 or 25, but either way, it was below $25. And I was just, like, trying not to freak out. And I was like, I will be purchasing this. I'm going to still keep looking around, but do you mind if I just hold on to it? And then when we got out of the store, my buddy hit me with a bag that had a plush in it. He was like, "What, you stupid? How did you get that?" That was friend of the show, Persona, Jonathan Kim. So yeah, I mean, there's no beating that for me. Oh wait, no, that's not true. I bought, but this was in the era. I bought Magical Chase for $6. That's a, even loose as I have it right now, that's a $2,000 game. It's freaking ridiculous. I bought Shantae for $20 when it was on sale, the Game Boy Color version, complete, brand new, and I played it once.
Oh, I thought they sent that to you.
Shantae? Did they?
Yeah. I thought you got a press copy of that, but maybe I'm wrong.
Is that the one that just came out, like the brand new one?
No,
the original on Game Boy Color.
The original on Game Boy Color in the 2000s. Did they?
Maybe I just assumed that.
I thought I bought that cheap around the time I bought Ninja 5.0 on discount because that was going cheap. But I guess we're not really talking necessarily about how much amazing value we gained, but what was fun for under $25, right? That's probably a better way to look at this.
Whatever you want. Victoria's not here.
I just realized I went straight capitalism route, which is maybe not the one, but I do love both Magical Chase and Magic Knight Rayearth. Like those are two of my favorite games on either console, so it kind of fits both.
I have to do a little work to tell you what the answer is. So Frank, you have to go next.
I mean, I have purchased many like practically one-of-a-kind things under $20 because of my work.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out something interesting or fun. I believe, I don't know where this shirt is right this moment, but I got years of enjoyment out of an FM Towns Marty t-shirt. I know Brandon's very familiar with this t-shirt, and I think it might have been under $20. And it's got the little gator mascot, and it says FM Towns Marty, which nobody knows what that is except Brandon Sheffield. And just a really good t-shirt, really good printing. I missed from that same company, they had the Hudson Bee with the boxing gloves on. I wish I had gotten that one.
I have one, but Christina made it for me. Yeah, but Christina made it for me.
With the boxing gloves, that one?
It's got the boxing gloves.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I gotta get me one of those, as Commissioner Gordon would say.
Yeah. How does he make video games with boxing gloves on?
Okay. So I went and I looked through my Steam purchase history to see if Dragon Age Origins was under $20 when I first bought it in 2011. It was not. It was $40. But I went digging to see like some interesting things that I've purchased like 10 years ago. So and the thing that comes in under $20 that I absolutely loved playing was Battle Chef Brigade. So it's think Bejeweled, think Iron Chef. I don't know what else to call it. It's like this weird puzzle game where you cook food and it's like structured like an Iron Chef battle. It's really good. I bought it for $20 in 2017. It's a fantastic game. You should play that. I think that team is next game, Battlesuit Aces, is either out or coming out, so go wishlist that. But yeah, that's the only thing that I can think of that I have spent under $20 for a game specific.
There
are a lot of other games under $20.
You have expensive taste. Yeah.
I kind of do. I have to check my sauce privileges and my game privileges.
I think my 3 Steam games I've paid under $20 for that I've gotten the most out of are Mountain Blade Warband, Crypt of the Necro Dancer, and Undertale. And right now, as we record this, I'm finally really getting into Void Stranger, and that might be up there. I might have some thoughts on that later. It's got its hooks in.
Crow Country, if for a recent one, that was under $20, and the game rules. I just played it like a fun video game, and that's so hard to have happen. For me to like stop analyzing it and just play it like it's a video game for fun, it just doesn't happen. So that's a good one.
All right, that's time. We'll be right back after a quick break.
The heat seems to have surfaced a bathroom smell that I did not enjoy.
Oh, no.
And so this morning I waged war on the bathroom and just scrubbed the heck out of absolutely everything that became scrubbing all of the hair off of my face.
If we didn't have to pull you out for this podcast, you'd be scrubbing off the upper layer of your skin right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
It makes you look younger, I'd say.
I think so too.
I think it makes you look like more like a cartoon of Frank Cifaldi, which I really appreciate. Like a more simply drawn one, so the animators have an easier time.
Yeah, Kids WB Batman.
Right.
This is Paul Dini, Frank Cifaldi, yeah.
You're the new Batman Adventures, Frank Cifaldi. Welcome back to Insert Credit. Time for us to go to the question hole. This week's question comes from SteveWithAB, one of our many patrons at patreon.com/insertcredit who have taken the liberty to use the form we have availed them to ask us questions of their choosing, to get monthly bonus episodes and other fun and interesting surprises. Steve with a B asks, what is the most adult E-rated game?
Life
isn't well, I guess it is.
Procreation.
Yeah.
I don't have a good mental database of ESRB ratings. I have to
that's
Right.
the problem.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a Harvest Moon. Like some kind of maybe like is like Euro Truck Simulator an E-rated game?
Oh,
Might
you said
be.
E-rated game. I thought you
Yeah.
meant like adult rated game.
No,
No.
an adult E-rated game.
An adult E-rated
What is
game.
the most adult E-rated game? So it would be something with actual mature themes, not boobies and bad words.
Okay, so there's one that meme-wise that went around, which was Piglet's Big Game.
Mm-hmm.
Why was it?
Piglet's Big Game is it's a third-person action adventure game from a French studio that clearly was very interested in Resident Evil and Silent Hill. And there are a lot of just like spooky, eerie sounds and weird stuff. It became like a viral thing in 2024 when people were showing the spookier sequences of it and being like, how is this a kid's game? But it's not really for adults, except that in 2024 it was, because that was all the people purchasing it and driving the price up to very expensive from zero.
Yeah, 2024 is when children stopped purchasing that GameCube game and adults started.
Yeah.
What about Civilization?
I doubt that's an E-rated game.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because you can nuke people in that game.
I feel
it's
like
rated
it wouldn't.
E10.
Yeah.
So-
there you go.
Does that count?
No,
I don't think so.
it's not E.
I don't know.
E for
Steve
everyone.
with a B isn't here.
Yeah, that's true.
I really think it's
Hanging out with
got to be
Victoria
E.
Tran somewhere laughing at us.
It's got to be.
Victoria took his V.
Yeah.
His name is Steve. I don't know. I can't eat. It's
is
like
it not
straight
that-
up E.
Is it not that German funny sound? Funny looking bee?
I think that's an S sound.
That's
not
an
a
S
V
sound. Yeah, Steve.
That'd be Stisa.
Steve.
Ah.
Okay,
Don't
more
at me,
E.
Germans.
Yeah, the problem is just having a roster of E-rated games in one's brain is very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
don't,
I'm gonna-
I don't believe I've ever looked at the rating of a game I've played.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever
Because
been a...
I am a grown adult.
Sorry, ESRB.
Uh,
I'm trying to think of one that's just like about doing things like what there's like a parenting. There's like Imagine Babies.
Yeah.
You
I was
have to
thinking
take
that
care of a
too.
baby.
Mm.
Cooking Mama.
Or like any of the football manager simulator.
Yeah.
God,
That's
that's probably
true.
not even rated E.
Yeah, probably not anymore.
Yeah, it is E.
Oh, it
Football
is.
Manager
Okay,
2022
there we
is
go.
E for everyone.
Nice. What about Madden? I bet Madden is not E because they probably put swears in there.
That is E.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Madden's pretty adult then as
So
well.
it's got to be like the sim games, the Euro Truck.
Yeah, American Truck Simulator is E, but Euro Truck is on like the PEGI system, so it wouldn't be
Oh.
ESRB anyway.
I think, Farming Simulator's got to be E, and like there's no kids playing Farming Sim. I don't know. There's probably German kids playing Farming Sim.
When he said adult, I mean like where you do adult things, not necessarily for adults.
Right.
But maybe now
Farming
that I'm thinking
Simulator
about
is
it,
E.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think farming is an adult thing. Personally,
Mhm.
yes, I agree.
I don't know that babies can do it so much.
Kids can do it though, and in fact, if you are born in a farm, you are an indentured servant to the farm early on. I tried
Yes.
to look up if That Dragon Cancer had an ESRB
Oh,
rating. So I believe officially it doesn't, but if you search That Dragon Cancer ESRB, so Common Sense Media says no rating. Christian Game Reviews also says not rating, but Family Gaming Database says it's rated E for everyone and younger, and I think they're lying. So
Yeah.
I no longer trust Family Gaming Database.
not a trustworthy news source.
No.
You've heard it here first.
Chrome is potentially like listening to your audio somehow because I typed in that DRAG and it automatically filled to That Dragon Cancer, something I have never heard of before or have ever Googled myself. And I actually thought you were talking about a real dragon. I was very
I'm
very
sorry.
concerned. And
No.
now I feel really sad looking at what this game is.
Yeah, the first time I heard about That Dragon Cancer, it's like, wait, cancer's a crab, though. I don't
Yeah.
understand this.
Whoa.
I thought that too. And it's like, what's that other one? I Kill Monsters. Yeah, that's not about monsters either. And I was really sad when I found that out.
This is
Yeah.
a really good time to remind everyone that this game came out on the Ouya.
Ooh, yeah.
and it was marketed by the official Twitter account for Ouya, saying that dragon cancer coming exclusively to Ouya. Get some.
Get some cancer.
Get some cancer.
Well, it's episode 404, so let's talk about lost media. What most fascinates you in the myths and hints and rumors of the games and games media that we've never seen?
I'm going to twist this question because what most fascinates me about the concept of lost media. Is that okay?
That's fine if you spend a credit.
Nope.
Okay. Do it anyway.
Okay, yeah, got him. I won that negotiation. So, I've been in this sort of lost media sphere for, I don't know, most of my life, maybe. And what fascinates me most is that I think a lot of the people who are like in those communities who are very, very interested in lost media are looking for something unobtainable. Like, I think a lot of them, for example, obsess over things like early screenshots of video games that are like a little bit different than what came out. And I think that there's this really fascinating thing that is very study worthy, where I think that they think that's the purer game. That there's a like better version, the Snyder Cut sort of thing, right? Like it's very similar to the Snyder Cut thing, except without the marketing behind it. That I think people tend to think that like the original idea that wasn't fleshed out is like the pure game, and I think that a lot of people who don't understand that video games are just correct me if I'm wrong, Brandon, you just work a lot.
Yeah, well, they're very iterative.
Yeah,
and
you just continue working.
Yeah,
and things change.
There are a lot of ideas that were in Demon School that are now not, and it's because they didn't work and they were bad ideas. For what we were able to do. And
maybe they were good ideas just for another game or something.
Right, exactly.
And, this also extends to actual like unreleased games, lost media kind of thing. I think that these communities often think that if a game existed, it is owed to them. And like, I mean, what I will point to for an example is the Mean Girls game for DS. Which is something that was developed but didn't come out. A YouTuber, I don't remember what she goes by now, but she went by Raven Simone at the time. Kind of dug into yeah, I know. Dug into that story, like found the developers. Developers sent the game, and they said, "Do not distribute this." But she did this really good YouTube documentary about the making of the game. She showed the game and was harassed nonstop for not leaking this game that didn't come out that the creator asked her not to leak. So I find all of this very fascinating. The notion that people are owed things that aren't made to be given to them.
Information deserves to be free, man.
So things that fascinate me about lost media are the what if there was more, what if it was cooler, what if, etc. So there's a longer version of Michael Mann's The Keep, which doesn't exist anymore, so he says. And, well, he's probably right, because he doesn't have it. But somebody might have it. But it would be very unlikely, because it was like basically the work print version of it that was like over 2 hours, and they cut it down a lot. And I really like that movie. And so there's like a chance that longer version is even more fun. But then a lot of the time, the longer version comes out for something like that, like Apocalypse Now. Apocalypse Now, the theatrical cut is probably the best version.
Yeah, you're like,
movie.
Oh, I see why they cut this down.
Yeah, and
they made it into a movie.
Yeah, The Warriors. The Warriors had a theatrical cut and a director's cut, and then in the director's cut, they just add like comic book sequences in the middle and all this nonsense that makes it like, oh, you didn't think this was cool. You were making fun of me. Never mind. It's like, and that kind of stuff happens. So I guess that's what I find fascinating about lost versions of things, at least. It's not lost media per se, but potential extended versions is that even though I know all of that and have much experience with the longer version not being as good, I am still like, but what if it was?
Right.
Yeah, mine with that one, I think this is just a lot of film people's things. It's very stereotypical. But The Magnificent Ambersons is a movie that I watched, which was Orson Welles' follow-up to Citizen Kane. And I watched it and I was like, that was kind of cheesy. That wasn't very good. And I looked into it and it's like, oh yeah, they took it away from him and they literally like reshot the ending and stuff without him and like cut a lot of the really interesting scenes out. And it's actually like all that footage is lost. And at this point, I'm sure it is lost forever. And it's like that is fascinating to me as someone who, appreciates Citizen Kane. That like he tried to follow that up with something that was maybe even more ambitious, and it was shot and maybe even finished and then lost. That's a big deal.
Another thing I find fascinating, which is way more minor than that, is when I talk about Albert Pune, the director, who he's really slinging those movies around.
Yeah,
is what he was doing.
Your favorite Fantastic Four director, right?
That's right. Sorry, everyone.
Well, you say slinging, but isn't pune the sound when like a gunshot
pune.
misses?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's shooting them. I'm sorry. I should have said he's shooting them. So he's puning these out, and and his most famous, most popular movie is Cyborg, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody has seen one of his movies, that's most likely to be the one. And it's got like the tightest action, the tightest story, and it was taken away from him in the editing. And that's why it's the tightest edited. The action's really good because it was taken away from him. And he had this pure vision. He's like, it was supposed to be like black and white. It was supposed to really focus on the artistry and the emotions of the characters. But instead it wound up being a movie about Jean-Claude Van Damme kicking people. And that was the right movie ultimately, in the grand scheme.
Sometimes the suits get it right.
That's right. So
before we move on, I want Ash's thoughts on Lost Media.
You're going to be surprised by this, I bet, but I don't think very much about Lost Media. I firmly believe in authorial intent, so I only want what you want me to see.
Yeah.
So if this was not something you wanted me to see, okay.
But what about like the not that it's the best movie, but the day the Earth blew up, that kind of scenario where a movie's finished and then HBO Max is like, no, or Warner Brothers, whoever it was.
Brandon's saying he's a really big Snyder cut supporter. Like he really wanted to see Zack Snyder's vision realized.
I mean that the day the Earth blew up was a Looney Tunes movie that did come out eventually, but for a long time they were like, everyone was like, it's finished. It had good previews, but the studio decided it was more expensive to put it out. Yeah, more expensive to put it out than to shelve it, and so they shelved it.
Right, in this case, Ash, it's like the authors wanted you to see it. The money people didn't.
That's different because that's authorial intent. Yeah. So like the people who made, like, I don't care about like distributors or whatever. Like the people who made that wanted it to be seen. So yes, that counts as lost media technically, even though this particular example doesn't because that media eventually came out.
It's the Batgirl movie, like whatever. Was that the one? Was it Batgirl? Was it
Batgirl? Yeah, that was the canceled one.
Like I want to see what you want me to see, right? So if these people made it and then Suits decided it didn't come out, that's not quite the same thing. And I'm interested in seeing those kinds of things. But like shit that got left on the cutting room floor, like I understand. It's just not something particularly that moves my brain, if you know what I mean? Like investigating stuff, like Frank, when you found all that extra stuff for like Sonic 2, like that was interesting to me. Like I would consider like the hunt for that, talking to the people. Yeah, that shit fascinating. I could do that all day. But the idea
the difference
that
is I'm not trying to present it as like the real one. You know what I mean?
It's not the same to me where it's like, oh, that's fast. Like just the hunt for it, like talking to people about it, like these things that got left behind is interesting, but not so much that it's like something that I think I need to know. Right. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it. It's just that I want to know what you want to tell me. And if there's something that you left out, I'm good to leave it there. Like there was a reason you didn't include it. So I want to see what your vision is. That's all I'm interested in terms of art. Sorry, not the most interesting act.
No, it is.
But I feel like, between Frank and Brandon, you two have got that buttoned up pretty good. So I can just be over in La La Land like I don't give a shit.
Well, and that's why I'm so, interested in and focused on a lot of unreleased games from especially like the 8-bit NES era because there are many of them that were done and meant to come out, and they just couldn't afford to produce them.
Right.
And so there's just like all of these finished games that are just in the ether, and I find that fascinating. But
that's fascinating, yes.
Right. I'm not fascinated by like prototypes and rough drafts and things like that. That just doesn't fascinate me unless I love that game.
Yes.
Specifically, and I want to understand where it came from.
And that's why Sonic 2 was very specific, because that's a game that's personally interesting to me. So shit, I'm all, give it to me all day. But everything else,
Ash, like Dragon Age 2, for example, is a game that famously had a lot left on the cutting room floor and changed a lot in development. And
so
Veilguard
the problem
as well.
with that is, I didn't like Dragon Age 2 all that much, which I know kind of makes
They should have cut the whole thing.
Should have cut right from Origins to Inquisition.
Which is a very contentious opinion to have within the Dragon Age fandom. But I would love to see what Dragon Age was supposed to be without EA meddling. But that is, again, because I'm a big Dragon Age person. Like, if this was some other game, I wouldn't give a shit.
I think for me, like with movies, I want to know the stuff, and with games, I don't. And it might just be because I'm in the industry and I know that whatever's gone, it's not there for a reason.
Yeah.
And but like watching a movie like Jodorowsky's Dune, which was the director Jodorowsky was going to do a Dune movie with Salvador Dali and Mobius and just like this crazy stuff. And I watched a documentary called Jodorowsky's Dune about it, and I want to watch that movie even if it's bad. But when it comes to like a game that didn't come out, and then I watched like the early footage, I'm like, maybe
that explains that. Yeah, there's a problem.
I got one more question. From a studio standpoint, what does the last 2 weeks look like before a video game comes out?
It's a lot of the sounds like that.
What are like the last things that you're doing?
Well, one of the last things I'm doing is freaking out over freaking Team Cherry deciding that they want to ruin my release date. What we're doing right now is, and this isn't everybody, but we're just like testing stuff like mad and fixing a lot of things. And
so unlike Team Cherry, you're in Jira.
That's right. So we're fixing things.
We're in Jira, Cherry.
And it's a little frightening because some things we're fixing, it's like press already have keys, you know? And so I'm finding a crash and being like, whoop, well, I hope they don't see that. Or being like, I hope they didn't play this far yet. Because they have had keys for several days, some of them. And but yeah, what I'm personally doing right now is I'm fixing up a lot of writing things, smoothing for narrative dissonance. We're fixing regular bugs. But there's an incredible amount of pre-launch porting patches stuff that happens because you have to get an initial version approved, and then you want to patch for the version that you want people to see, because getting the initial version approved takes much longer, and then patching is less time, but it's still on console. It's going to be like a week. And so you're constantly like managing when is the best time to submit this so that you can have like the most working version of your thing when people start it on day one. And you just keep pushing patches. And then on top of that, you're doing like media stuff. You're trying to make sure people know that the game exists, and you're having to weigh like, okay, this person is really enthusiastic and wants to interview me. That's going to take me an hour away from working on making the game better for everybody else. How much time is this worth? And that feels really bad. It feels like online dating, you know? It's not.
I can understand that. Yeah, that allegory. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
This is worth my time.
Right. And you want to give everyone your time, kind of. To some part of you wants to give everyone your time, but you can't. And yeah, so it's really about making sure that the experience is smooth. But I will say the other thing it is about is, unfortunately, it takes all your time. I'm not doing anything else. I'm falling asleep dreaming about
that's gotta suck, dude.
Moving NPCs around, and I can't even sleep because it's happening in my dreams, and it really sucks.
I bet.
Like, crunching sucks. I think it's really bad. I also don't know how to avoid it sometimes. It just like sometimes you have a deadline and then things happen and then you're like, well, we can do it or we can not do it. And those are kind of the choices, and it really sucks.
I do have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
Do you have a press kit?
We have an old one, yeah.
Is it filled with WEBPs?
It's what?
Is it,
Web,
what's the file format for all of your images?
that WebP file, yeah.
No,
the one everyone hates.
It's got PNGs, but
Thank you.
Nice.
But yeah, we have an older press. We updated some of our screenshots recently because we realized we should. But yeah, the press kit is like one of the hardest things to keep updated when you're looking at so much other stuff.
Mhm.
And you gotta have like trailers in advance to see just in case Sony or Nintendo is gonna bless you with letting it onto their YouTube channel, and so you gotta like plan those things. There's just like a lot of plates to spin and think about, and so it's a lot of working and a lot of where should my time go right now? What's
Yeah.
So there's a mental overhead of like, should I be doing this? Should I be doing this or something else?
Should you be doing this right now?
No, no, I should not. But
Well-
I committed.
Well, I'll add one
Yeah.
of mine really quick. I mean,
Yeah, please.
I don't have nearly as much experience, but what I find interesting about that final push versus what I find most interesting is what happens afterward to me, which is that, yeah, crunch sucks. And I absolutely relate to like, I'm just in spreadsheets and when I'm asleep during the last part. But the thing is that there is this very extreme sense of purpose during that time where it's like, this is what I am, right? Like, this is just what I do. And I always know what I'm supposed to be doing. And I have every time I've shipped something and you know, they've been more minor than like a demon school where you're like cutting trailers and stuff like that. Like I have a weird postpartum depression every time, or had, I should say, because I don't do this anymore. Like where it's, and it's almost just like, like that sense of purpose just like is gone. And you're like, well,
It's
what
probably
am
like
I
a
now?
sugar crash.
Yeah,
in
I
a
think
way.
it might be.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't, why am I sad?
Yeah.
Why am I
Aw.
sad that crunch is over? You know?
Yeah. I suspect that I won't be sad when it's out. I will, because I think I'll still be working on patches.
Yeah.
But once I feel like the game is fully sorted out, I think I'm
you
gonna.
should do when you feel
feel
like it's
good.
good enough.
Yes.
Let's set your expectations here. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Does that ever come?
it does. It does. And like, so what I'm doing right now is I'm playing through the whole game and I'm making lists of things that we should fix. And some of them are minor. Some of them are big. Like yesterday, I found out, and I don't know why. If you talk to an NPC, the lighting goes away in a certain area, in a certain part, and the lighting just goes away. And like that's important. It won't be done enough if that is happening.
Right.
But if like, you know, there's a part where a character says, "Oh no," and their expression is, my opinion, wrong for what the scene is doing. If that doesn't change, I don't care. It's fine. So that I can leave done enough there for that kind of stuff, but not for the lighting changes when you talk to an NPC. Yeah,
I know
so
we have to move on, Alex.
Yeah.
I know, but this is a fascinating conversation for me, as from the outside. But Brandon, you give me the air of someone who's like a crazy perfectionist, and I wonder how much of the things that you have on your list are things that like you absolutely really should get done, or things that will just annoy you personally if they are not done. And
Yeah,
I wonder
so-
how you strike that balance with yourself, because I think you know that about yourself as well.
I do. Yeah. Yeah. I have put all the things that, to the best of my ability, which obviously is limited in this capacity, which I can understand as being polish for later if we have time. I'll put that into a category, a subcategory. Like, this isn't critical, I'll just put it down here. So that's kind of how I do it. But if it's stuff that I can personally fix, then I'll just fix it, all of it. And that's where it ends. Like, all text, I can just go and fix it. If there's something dumb with the text, I can just go fix it. But if there's something to do with lighting or how battles are popping into the stage or whatever, I can't do anything about that. So I have to leave those to my cohorts to do or not do. But I try to organize them. I try to tier them in terms of importance. Like obviously a crash is the most important thing.
Right.
And then the next thing is readability and confusion for me. So like if I feel that the player's not going to understand this because of this error, then we should fix it. Right now we're actually down to the wire. We're changing how notifications work on the map. Because at first they were just persisting. So you would have like a little icon for a side quest and a little icon for like an activity you can do there and an icon for the main story. And it was just like your whole screen was filled, not your whole screen, the whole map. Every location had an icon on it, which made it feel like it was nothing. Like okay, there's stuff everywhere. Who cares? And then I wanted to change it so that after you first do it, the icon disappears. But that got misunderstood as when you look at that section of the map, then it disappeared. So then you would kind of lose track of where they all were. You wouldn't know. So we went from like everything to nothing. And now we're making another round and maybe we'll reorganize the map as well. Just like trying to get it so that players can find the things that they want, but are neither overwhelmed nor at a loss for information with all of there's so much stuff in this game, which is a mistake, maybe, but it's like in almost every given location, you could have a side quest and like 3 random little things where you can talk to, you could like drop a coin in a fountain, you can pet a dog, you can do this other thing. And do we need to tell you about all that stuff? Isn't it better if we let you find some of that stuff for yourself? But at the same time, we have 20 entries in a map. Do we want you to have to scroll through every 20 entries in that map every time you go to the map on a new week to see what's new? Probably not. That seems laborious. So that's like, we're doing that right now.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to try to get you out of here quickly. We got a quick lightning round this week.
Okay.
I am calling this game Alphabrecs. We're going to recommend some video games to our listeners as fast as possible without explaining or justifying them unless we feel we really need to. We'll start with Frank, who will recommend
this was going to
be
like Brexit oriented.
Nope. We're not doing that. We're going to start with Frank, who will recommend a game that he genuinely likes that starts with the letter A. Then Ash, who will do the same with B. Then Brandon with C, and so on and so forth. After Z, Brandon will finish off with a game that doesn't begin with a letter of the alphabet. Okay. And that way we'll have an even 27.
Cool. So no thoughts.
Which is an even number in base 3.
First that comes to our mind.
Yeah. First that comes to your mind. Basically, it's like a good game you'd actually like.
All right.
Okay.
Even though I'm starting, I'm going to start with the one that genuinely came into my mind right away, and I didn't think about it further. Alex Kidd, The Lost Stars.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Kadash.
Demon School.
Nice.
Hey.
Fighting Force 5.
Well, you skipped D.
You skipped D.
I skipped D? Dragon Age.
E.
Oh, God damn it. No. You have to keep going. I've given you 2 already. I don't care if it's out of order. Whatever the next letter of the alphabet comes up is the one that comes up.
Okay, well, I'll
Brandon,
I'll go
you
back
have
and
to do E now.
Ehrgeist, God bless the ring.
Frank.
What am I on?
You're on F.
What'd she say? Fighting Force. Yeah, I don't know. That game's funny.
Ash, you're on G.
Funny.
God Hand.
Brandon, H.
H. O. I don't want to say Helldivers. Hammer and Harry. There we go.
Pretty good.
Nice.
Frank, I.
Is The Italian Job a video game? That just popped in my head.
You know,
I don't know if it's a good one.
Yeah, it was like with the minis.
The Italian Job.
Yeah,
2001.
yeah. It was with the minis, and you drove around. That was fun.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
I've never played it.
Ash, J.
Jackbox games. I don't know.
That'll work.
Okay. I don't want to do Killzone. I don't want to do Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning.
I'm sorry, I'm looking around my room. Oh wait, there we go. King of Fighters 2001.
Pretty good.
Wow.
Frank, L.
Oh god, Leisure Suit Larry 2.
You would sincerely recommend that? Okay. Ash, M.
Madden?
Just in general, the concept of Madden.
The concept of Madden.
Wow.
Brandon, N.
I should have done Katamari Damacy earlier.
Dang it. Can't go back now.
There's a new Kids on the Block game for the Game Boy Color.
Oh, Make
but
My
you shouldn't-
Movie?
Yeah.
Make My Music Video?
No, it's
No, you're
something
thinking
else.
of In Sync.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
This is a NKOTB. And somebody that we knew, right, Frank, had a bunch of sealed
Yeah.
copies and gave it to
Yeah,
us.
I got
Who was that?
I don't remember.
Okay, anyway, I'm distracting. I'm going to go with the FM Towns game Nightmare, since we talked
All
about
right.
the FM Towns Marty earlier by Data
Near
West.
snubbed again. Frank.
Near. Near.
Too late.
Near. Near.
I'm having trouble with O.
Near.
O is near is not O.
No.
Oppenheimer.
That's a game.
Oppenheimer's not a game.
No, it's not.
I looked up the word Oscar on Moby Games, so
Yeah.
Oscar and Movie Land for the Commodore Amiga.
Nice.
I feel like you're not taking this game seriously, Frank.
I tried. I can't think of an O.
Ash P.
Operation Wolf. How about
Oh
Yeah.
my
that?
gosh.
sure.
Over.
Pete. Pokemon.
Just in general. The concept.
Just
of
in
Pokemon.
general.
Brandon Q.
Okay, well, I'm just going to say Quantum Theory because I think it's interesting. It's not good, but does it have to be good? Quantum Theory.
Frank R.
I'm having a really hard time with the recommendation part, just the name part. So
Yeah.
I've never played Redneck Rampage. I bet it's good.
Not Red Dead Redemption.
do Red Dead Redemption
Redneck
Frank.
Oh,
Rampage.
that's a better option. Yeah, let's go Red
Not
Dead
even
Redemption
Sonic
2.
R.
That's not.
You're doing
that's
Sonic R?
S.
Yeah!
You can do
Oh,
Sonic R.
I
There
guess
you
you just
go.
did Sonic
See?
R.
All
Yeah.
right.
That's the
That
one.
was just for you, Brandon. Brandon T.
I really appreciate it. T. I'm not gonna. I don't wanna. I don't wanna just do a the because that's
Yeah.
not. You know.
No, the doesn't count.
And I'm not gonna do a Taito Memories collection because that's cheating.
Yeah.
That is cheating.
And so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do Tactics Ogre.
That's a good one.
That's an
That is a good
interesting
one.
video game.
As my friend Yoni, who I lost the cartridge for 20 years ago, used to call it Tactics Ogre.
Tactics Ogre.
Yeah. The name's Tactics Ogre, and I've got a case for you.
So Frank is you.
Yeah, Frank, you got you.
Did we skip ahead?
No, we did
No.
not.
What was Q?
It was
Q
Quantum
was
Theory.
Quantum Theory.
Oh, wow. Did I just blank out? Did I
You
just
did.
travel
Yes.
to the future?
you sure did.
Wow. Okay. Oh, God.
Unlimited Saga.
I don't even know what that is. I'm not going to say Uncanny X-Men. That game's awful.
You can say Undertale.
Yeah, that's a good one. Undertale. I was good at this game last time, by the
Yeah.
way. I just want to
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
when we did like
Yeah.
the
UFO
last layer.
50.
Something
Yeah.
happened.
UFO
now I'm
50 's
good
great,
at it.
Yeah.
Ash V.
Viewfinder. Actually, a legitimately good game.
I'll allow it.
Demon School producer worked on that.
Nice.
All right, W.
Wonderworld's Balan.
Yeah.
By Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy. I don't love Wonder Boy myself. I know it's good and all.
Not even when he's in Monster World.
Not even then. You know, I'm gonna say Wild Arms 5.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Frank X.
X. How about X on the Game Boy?
I'll
Right.
take it.
Yeah, it's
Ash
got good
Y.
graphicisms made by Dylan Cuthbert and co.
No.
I feel like I got the easy letters. I don't know why.
Well, that's
why
because you passed on E.
That's right.
yeah, maybe so. Well, Yakuza.
Yeah. I might have even gone East, but Yakuza is good.
I've actually played Yakuza, not East. So
Finish us off with the Z, Brandon.
I hate that. Like the first thing that comes to my mind every time is something ridiculous, and this
Yeah.
time it was Zegapane, which it's not. Okay, Z. That's actually I think Zenonia is spelled with a Z. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna say Zenonia. I'm sorry that's also ridiculous, but that's a Korean action RPG that originally came out on phones and then a lot of other platforms. It's quite good. I think it's really nice.
And Ash, since you passed earlier, I need a game that does not begin with a letter.
I could do it.
Oh shit. I can do it. I know I can. Frack.
Got a few.
Numbers. Damn it. Shit.
0, Yakuza.
I don't think that's worked. Fuck, I don't know. I can't think of anything.
I worked on one.
Yeah,
You did? Oh.
IDARP
I'm
starts
sorry.
with a hashtag.
that's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, dot hack. Fuck you.
Dot hack!
Oh, there you
Dot
go.
hack
Nice,
totally
nice.
counts. I am giving Brandon the credit this week for making
Yeah.
time in his schedule to do this show. He deserves it. He
Thank
has sacrificed more than any of you to be here. The least I can do is give him a credit. Does anyone have
I
anything
should
they'd
get a
like to
pity
recommend?
credit, damn it.
Sorry. I'm only authorized to give out one credit per episode.
It's rules.
Sorry, my hands are tied here, Ash.
Exactly. He just made that rule.
So Brandon's got 2, Ash has got 3, Frank's got 4. Does anyone have anything they'd like to recommend at this point?
Because my game crashed yesterday, I was able to watch one movie because
Nice.
I couldn't do anything else, and it was a good one. It's called My Heart Is That Eternal Rose, which, first of all, pretty good name for a movie. It's a Hong Kong gangster romance film.
Ooh.
And it's got like very young Tony Leung, like he's like 22. It has Ing Man Tat as in a heavy role, which is fun. But most importantly, the main thing it's got is Christopher Doyle. It's his 5th work period as a cinematographer. And if you are like a Christopher Doyle sicko and want to see a bunch of really cool shots and really nice lighting. He's only the co-cinematographer, but you sure can tell when he's behind the camera. If you're like, I like all those movies that he does, but I've seen them all. Well, you may not have seen this one because it only recently got an HD release, and so check it out. He did 2046.
Where do you be watching these movies, Brandon? Do you just like have them on discs that you just pull out of like one of your? Oh,
yeah, I watch them on.
That's not.
I watch them on the Blu-rays, but it's possible. I feel like once there's an HD version of it that's nice and out there, I feel like it can reach the streamers now. Like it can get on the streaming services, and so whether they do is another question. But I feel like I can bring them to people's attention. They can put them on a list for later and look up how to watch them. Maybe I do feel bad that sometimes I'm recommending stuff and it's like, can I watch this somewhere? I don't know, but. You know, people are here on the internet. They're listening to us on the internet. They've heard of how to get movies if they got to get movies, you know?
Fair enough.
I think they get, but there's a company called Kani that put out Kani that put this Blu-ray out, and it's very nice. It's a very nice presentation, and it comes with 3, this director, he didn't do that much. He only did 10 things ever, but earlier in his career, he directed several episodes of a police serial called 13, I think, or 13 somethings. And there's 3 episodes of that on there. And it's interesting to watch what was a Hong Kong police procedural in the 70s. It's got like his 3 favorite episodes that he directed. So that's cool too.
It is.
The end.
I'll do a real quick one, which is that if you enjoyed King of the Hill in the 90s, you probably like this new one too.
The new one's great. I love it.
I've only seen the first episode.
I think Mike Judge is maybe the best person for revivals.
Right.
Like, because the new Beavis and Butthead is better than Beavis and Butthead ever was.
He really cares about this stuff. We've been watching it a little bit, and I'm kind of torn because on the one hand, I like a lot of the things where they didn't go the classic route of like, Hank Hill can't accept that his son is an adult, which would be the core conflict usually to a show like this.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, the thing that made me stop watching the show in the first place is now amped up in this one, which is Peggy Hill being the worst person.
Peggy Hill? Yeah.
Peggy Hill is hilarious. I don't know what you're talking about. She's the best character on the show.
She's just like so terrible. And
I know.
In the old show, she was terrible, but also had mothering to do and teaching to do. So she had like 3 things. But now she's just like, I'm the best and everybody loves me, and
she's right, and I do.
And I'm gonna mangle every foreign word that I say.
Yeah.
And it upsets me. But I feel like it's weirdly mild. Much like the early show, it has a lot more empty space, but I also feel like the episodes wrap up like really quick, which is weird. And I guess they always did, but it feels like they just got straight back to it. Where I feel like they could have done a little more. Also, Dale sounds weird.
But that
weird.
Guy,
though,
I know he's dead.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but the first 8 episodes are the original guy.
What?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yes.
It don't sound like him.
And then when you get to the replacement, it sounds more like Dale.
more like
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like I was like, this
He
guy
got sick.
he's getting the voice right, but the inflection and the delivery is all wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
but it was the original guy.
Yeah, Johnny
well,
Hardwick
now you
was
got
sick,
me wanting
man.
to watch the rest. So
Yeah.
I was going to anyway, but steal.
Recommendations. By the time this comes out, it won't matter. I was going to say, everybody has to be nice to me because it's my birthday today. But by the time people...
They should be
They could
nice to you
still be
regardless.
nice to you. Why not?
They should. But everybody should be nice to me, especially today. This is my birthday. And that's
Wish
why I should get
happy
pity credit.
birthday to Ash on the forums, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, just inundate
just
us
3
with
days
happy
late.
Yeah,
birthday, Ash.
Just
Yeah.
ridiculous Monday birthday
Yeah.
for Ash
Just-
Parrish.
Like, if you register for YouTube just to say happy birthday.
Aw. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Hashtag happy birthday, Ash.
Yeah, I don't have any recommendations this week. I'm sorry. I'll come up with something next week. Yeah. Sorry. I got nothing for you.
Right,
Yeah.
let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Go.
I got a recommendation. I would like to recommend that if you are listening to this and enjoying it as much as you are to get to this point of the show, why not leave us a rating or a review on like an iTunes or Spotify or wherever you found this thing? There should be some kind of rating system attached, and that'll help other people discover the show.
And if you can write in your review, say happy birthday, Ash.
Say happy birthday, Ash, in your review. Yes. You can keep us running directly with your patronage to patreon.com/insertcredit. You can sponsor an episode with your own personal message or advertisement if you want to take out a message to personally say happy birthday to Ash. We'll run it late. We'll make that work if you email me at show@insertcredit.com. You can also leave your happy birthday comments on youtube.com/insertcreditshow, where we post the stream of us hanging out and talking about video games and such. Don't wishlist Demon School. Buy Demon School. Just buy it.
Just
Buy this game. Subscribe
Buy
to The
my
Verge.
game.
Buy
I bet you Demon School won't be 69 of God's own dollars.
Buy my game. Buy my game. Buy my game. Okay.
Brandon
Sorry.
making me crack up with his The Critic references.
Love that crit.
That's the reference to
That's the only reference to The It
Oh, no,
Stinks.
no, there's also It
Stinks
Stinks.
is the other one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
it stinks.
right.
So.
Yeah, if it stinks, you need Fabraz. Subscribe to The Verge. Check out the Video Game History Foundation. This episode is edited by Esper Quinn with music by Kurt Feldman. I'm Alex Jaffe,
I'm Frank Cifaldi.
I'm Ash Barish.
I'm Brandon Sheffield.
and your game has now been saved!
Hey!
I do have like a recommendation. My recommendation is if you have hobby tweezers like mine that are super sharp, like I don't know if you can tell, keep the little things on them because I have stabbed myself a couple
okay.
of
Do
times
it.
with these things. So
Thanks, Ash. Bye. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. Happy
Bye.
bye-bye.